rules are off, no holds barred.
Really could go anyway. Flip over your tape decks. It's the B-sides.
It's the B-sides.
Yo, hello everyone.
Hello.
I am Scott Hughes.
And I'm Jack Bingham.
And we are indeed your mates.
We're your mates.
We're here with you today. Beautiful day. Well, it is right now. It might not be the time you listen to this or we listen to this, but we're just glad to be with you. And just taking us wherever you might be and want your mates around for a bit of chat.
That's it. That's the slogan. No manager. We did tell you last week. Mm-hmm. It's we've got a couple of B-sides coming up. So it's another B-side. It's a bit looser on time, topics and legalities. Mm-hmm. We don't have anyone managing, so
no managerial stuff.
Still take us where you'd want to take your mates.
Oh yeah,
still
absolutely.
Take us there. Just you can't take our manager because he's not here.
Yeah,
but soon.
Yeah. So I think that's good. Actually, anything for the news, Jacko?
I did no, because I forgot.
Good.
Did you have anything for the news?
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
I forgot
about the news.
I'll bring something up a bit later, which we might in future bring into the news area, the news time.
Yeah, I love it.
We'll get to that later.
Yep.
So
okay.
I reckon you just kick us straight off and then we'll get into that.
All right. Well, this is just like it's really just a bit of a reflection on our current society. I think that 2018, current year that we're in, not far off the next one actually, but
no.
We're just in a really interesting place in this kind of topic in particular. And what I'm talking about is that a lot of people get paid these days for doing things that are free. Or probably a better way to say it is that people, I'm seeing a couple of different situations coming up where people are willing to pay for something when they actually don't need to. Like they're getting a free service. So I'll just give you a bit of an idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of or a bit of like gaming, like streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah. YouTube videos. Things.
Yeah, YouTube, Twitch, that kind of thing. So these guys, they sit around and game, and they're super, got like their face on the screen and some other stuff like that. Really entertaining.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing.
Yeah, like I don't watch them regularly, but I've seen them.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I hadn't seen one.
Yeah, so I guess they're bringing a human element to it, really. But the thing is that you can log onto these websites, watch this stuff for free, no worries at all. You might get an ad here or there, but really, it's a free service.
Yeah.
And the thing is about some of these guys is they got money rolling in from donations all day long.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're just opting to pay.
Well, people are basically saying, and I love it. This is what I'm saying is that we're at this place in society where people are saying, I appreciate this stuff enough that even though it's free, I'm willing to give you some money. And so people are throwing through, like, depending on who it is, obviously there's a lot of people that aren't getting this kind of income, but there's people out there, you've got 1,000 or a couple of thousand people watching, and all stream long, they're getting donations, $5, $10, $100, $20, $5, all the time.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just a bit of a numbers game, really, but I just love that we're in a place where I guess when you think about business and, commerce and making money, you kind of like, so how do we, we're making shirts. How do we basically make the kind of shirt that everyone wants to buy? And what are they going to pay for it?
Yeah.
Whereas this is the equivalent of being like, let's just make a killer shirt and just give it to everyone and leave a box, out the front. And if they want to chuck some cash in, they can.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't know. It's kind of funny. Good. It's kind of interesting.
Things that come to my mind, I don't know if you're done with the talking, but things
I've got a couple of other ideas, but happy just to talk around it, really.
Yeah, because things that come to my mind, I've seen like often in remote countries and stuff. Oh, not remote countries, so remote areas in the country, for example. Yeah. Country Australia. Someone might have like pile of firewood or pile of horse manure in bags or
fruit
eggs or fruit.
Yeah.
And there'll be no one there to sell it. Yeah. But there'll be a box.
A little trust box thing.
A little trust box.
Yeah.
And you can go, I'll take a pound of straws. Yeah. Now, anyone could just take them.
Absolutely. I've seen exactly what you're talking about. A little stall on the side of the road.
But you've got the option to drop in $5 and $10. We'd like to assume that happens.
Well, I guess that they're happy to do the same thing and take that risk.
Yeah. Another thing that springs to mind, while less legal,
Right.
but like, let's be honest, like downloading online, like music is one of my favourites, and a particular friend of ours springs to mind. Just in that, to be honest, in all fairness, it's quite possible to get like to download music without having to pay money.
Yeah.
It's frowned upon. Well, it's illegal.
Yeah.
It's not frowned upon, it is illegal.
Yeah, true.
It's illegal to do so, but it can happen. But I guess
so what does this guy do? Or
well, just this person, I just know has an absolute resolve to ensure that he buys all music, as kind of do I. Like, I subscribe to Apple Music, so I don't really have to think about it. So does he, I think. But I know even before Apple Music was the thing.
Also he going to iTunes and buy an album.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool.
So, and just that whole idea that really, I guess it's not as much, but yeah, that is that option that people choose to pay where they might not have to.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what I mean. I just feel like, it's all right. Well, I had a couple of other ones that I'd thought about. Yeah. Because, and I feel like I was trying to be like, I wonder where this kind of like originated and where it started. And it's kind of like modern day busking, isn't it? You're kind of showing a talent off.
I see.
And you're putting time into something. But
online busking.
These people are like cyber walking past, chucking $2 in the guitar case.
Yeah, they appreciate what they're experiencing.
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, here's a $5.
Because busking, again, is the same kind of same thing, really. You just go, you rock up, no one's paying.
No.
But, you know, if you're in the right place,
and
I guess the internet, we're in a place now where you basically are busking in the street with like up to
online street,
millions and tens of millions of people on it.
Yeah.
So
the internet highway.
Yeah. The other kind of interesting one is, again, and it's kind of like, I don't know if it's just gaming related because we're talking about the internet, or if it's just because games have the ability to go out into these huge numbers of people rather than, you know, like a retail shop or something like that. But that the new crazy popular game Fortnite.
Yeah, well, it definitely has been a new crazy popular game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sorry, but new enough.
Yeah.
Free game.
Yeah.
Free game. And because of that, you know, every kid and his dog's got that game. Anyone under the age of like 25 that has any kind of interest in games, or I'd say even more, 35.
They've at least heard of it, played it.
They've probably got it on their phone, console, whatever. It's free anyway. The whole game's free. You have the absolute whole game.
Yeah.
But you can basically buy the skins, which are I just thought of the fact that you don't, but they're like a purely cosmetic change in the game.
Yeah.
Because you get 100% of the game for nothing.
Yeah.
But if you want, you can basically create a character that looks different. Yeah. Makes no difference to anything at all except for that.
Like the abilities or your comparative skill, or like there's no advantage.
No.
In terms of gameplay.
Yeah, that's right. So it's purely just a look.
Yeah.
But because the game's free and people are basically appreciating the game.
Yeah.
Plus a little bit of clever advertisement, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's made the developers into billion-dollar companies. You know.
Yeah.
So
it's impressive.
Just interesting. But really, I guess, you know, this isn't something that's like one of those ones where we're giving you a hack or need feedback or anything. Although you're always welcome, but. Just a bit of a cool kind of thought provoker where it's like, we're actually in this world at the moment where people are appreciating some kind of art or creation and willing to pay even though they don't need to.
Now, can I just add a comment? I don't know if we're finished with that topic, but it might be a bit of a wrap-up statement.
That's
but
fine.
I heard something the other day which was interesting because I guess traditionally you think, because I would say that is just a really clever business model, I guess, in that the initial thing's free. Yes, like what we've just talked about now is they've drawn in so much, I don't know, populace, I don't know if that's a word, but that they like a couple of dollars here and there on some unnecessary but tempting things and they're making lots of money. Clever business.
Absolutely.
But what I'd say, just about business in general, because at least until the other day, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking like morally, you think that business owners, I often get like a negative feel that they just kind of want your money, you know what I mean? And to an extent, they do need your money to survive, you know?
Yeah, that's
but
true.
when you think about it, at the roots of it, I think it's easy to think about business as like morally wrong, maybe.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I would like to, this is, someone phrased it to me the other day. I guess I'm particularly talking about advertisement here, is that actually, if you think that businesses are just trying to link up people with products that they actually need and makes their life better, and it's like a fair trade or whatever, then actually you're trying to help people out, and that's morally good. So it kind of just like changes your perspective of business altogether. So when coming back to what we're talking about, when you think of like these clever business models and people paying for services that are potentially free, that's just like, that adds to the idea that actually that's actually a good thing instead of a bad thing.
Yeah, well, you can't really argue that.
Yeah,
people,
well, that's a great example of that.
People are paying when it's, because you've got things like Netflix and, or I'm just trying to think like any subscription service, you pay for your MBA kind of stuff, all this kind of thing.
Apple Music.
Yeah, but so they're all like, you pay this much a month, and people do that for the service. But then there's also people that pay the same amount for the service, but they could get it anyway. Yeah. And I think that's just a really cool, just a cool kind of idea, really.
Yeah. It's nice. Our society's, I guess, start in a bit of a trusting place.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I guess. Is it an appreciation? Thing?
Well, your example of the streamers and people just donating money. When I say donating, I guess that's what it is.
It is donating. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just an appreciation thing. So yeah. Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I like it.
Yeah.
I like the way that's going.
Anyone just wants to appreciate your mate. I'm just joking.
So donate now at yourmates.store. We'll get there.
We'll chuck out.
That's actually a pretty interesting point, though, because we do provide a free service and we don't provide a way and don't want to, definitely, at least for the moment. Yeah. We don't want people to have to pay for it.
No.
Maybe
when we get into our second campaign, whatever that may be, and we need funds to get billboards out there and things like that, then we might ask the people.
Yeah.
But until that time...
We should get on to Macca's, really. We give them so much unintentional promo.
Sometimes it's bad.
Well, yeah, that's true. that's probably why we don't have anyone on board.
I don't think we could get onto IGA after episode 2.
No, most supermarkets are probably off. They're probably off us now, but yeah.
Sorry, listeners. Okay. Very cool. Yeah. I like it.
I
like it.
Just a thought.
Now, just a small topic to finish, and like what I was saying before is, I guess we used to do this thing, and we might have even done it one recently.
Great.
A public service announcement.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
PSA.
Have we done one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we've done some. So I was thinking possibly they could go into news, potentially.
Okay.
But maybe not. Let's keep them out for now. But
all right.
That's what I was saying at the start of the episode.
Sometimes the public service announcement needs discussion. Sometimes you can just do PSA.
Yeah.
The one where like, when they say, sorry, missed you, no worries.
Yeah.
Bit of a PSA, kind of.
Yeah,
not really.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
well, today's public service announcement, I've got one for us.
Yeah.
Just a bit of backstory. When I finish a conversation, particularly on the phone, my wife has actually picked this up multiple times. Not even always on the phone, actually, but often that's where she picks it up. But I end the conversation apparently like several times.
Yeah.
So like, see you later, catch up, wait. Catch up, wait.
My dad does the same thing.
Yeah.
See you, mate. Yeah, catch up. All right, bye. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a multiple finisher.
Yeah.
And often I feel the same, and I think like I like to do like that because it kind of like, I don't know, I don't think about it, but naturally it kind of just closes equally. I don't know.
Right.
If there's enough back and forth, it's just like a mutual finish, I feel.
Gotcha.
That's what I feel anyway.
Okay.
But I feel a similar tension when you're texting, in that someone will say a text, you'll respond, they'll respond. But really, there's not, like, you wouldn't have 4 messages in a row saying bye, see ya, bye, catch ya. You know what I mean?
That would be really
That'd
weird.
be really weird.
Yeah.
But I've worked out what the perfect ender is. I think it only works with iMessage at the moment.
Okay.
But it's like, you know how now you can like
a text.
You
can like give it a thumbs up. Yeah, or a heart
whatever.
or something, like, or a ha-ha or something.
Well, that's actually, I've found out in the last little while, that's a perfect finisher.
Yeah, right.
Because it shows, like you said something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You said something, they've responded to it
Yeah.
and not given a further question.
Yeah, true.
There's no real need to kind of finish it again because
Mm.
they've kind of done that and you've already started to do that in the one before.
Yeah.
But like you say, to acknowledge that you've received the text and you're in agreement of their final statement, just a quick thumbs up.
Yeah. They work well in the group chat setting as well because you get a group chat with like anywhere like 4+ people.
Yeah.
And, if everyone's going, you guys want to do something for dinner, blah, blah, blah. If everyone's like, yep, sounds good, whatever, you end up with 45 texts.
Yeah.
But if everyone just does a little thumbs up or a heart or something, easy.
Message received.
Yeah.
Understood. Well said.
Yeah, I like them. I don't use them too often, but I won't even say where, but I have seen the same thing that you're just talking about. Interesting, and maybe just something to keep in mind. It's a good one for use for passive aggressive use. So just say,
nice.
say like,
we're all about that.
Yeah. Well, look, it's not my kind of thing.
No. Sometimes it's needed.
It's no, it's not.
Okay.
This is not.
Okay.
This is like a bit. You're in, like, someone's in a bit of an argument with someone else.
Okay.
They're like, hey, sorry for doing that thing that, sorry for taking your park or whatever today.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Like, yeah, mate, whatever. It pretty much means like received. Stuff you butt. You don't even get a response.
Okay.
So
possibly may or may not be part of the public service announcement, but a great example
well,
of where that has been used.
I don't recommend it in any way. I don't think it's appropriate. But it is real and it's out there. So what else have you got? You got the ha-ha thing. It's like a ha-ha, which I think's a bit...
one. Yeah, the ha-ha is a bit full on. I don't know if you want to do
just having a real quick look
have
for you.
A quick gander.
All right, you've got the heart.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah.
Now that's a more direct way to say
that's not
message received. Don't care.
That's just aggressive. That's not passive aggressive.
Again, if it was like, oh, you guys want to do something for dinner or whatever, thumbs down. That's not nice. That's not a no. That's like a didn't want to anyway. So you got the ha-ha.
Don't talk to me. Yeah.
Double exclamation mark.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know. What do you reckon? That's just like...
Yeah,
exciting.
Maybe if you kind of like back and forth, concerts coming out, did you see? Yeah, so keen. And then you finish again, double exclamation mark.
There's that. And there's also a question mark. I don't like either of those last two.
No.
Because I feel like if you're doing a double exclamation mark, really you should be sending a message back. Like if someone's like, we had our baby, healthy and happy, you're not like doing that. Or even a heart. You should be like, yeah, congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where it's meant to be used. But
the only thing that I can think of, and sorry we're going on here a bit,
that's good.
Is like you said, big group message, and you've kind of just crept into that group message, so you're not in the close circle.
Gotcha.
You're not probably in the party that says, like, I mean, in that's a serious circumstance. The old birth of the babe.
The baby, yeah. Okay.
But in a different scenario, if like you're on the outer of the circles, then maybe you can
that's
double
true.
Exclamation mark, like just to show you're excited.
And the question mark, I reckon that's just a bit rude.
Yeah, if you're actually puzzled, let them know.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I didn't understand. Anyway, text etiquette. Text etiquette's very important, and there's people. I know people that are bad at it. I know people that are good at it. Yeah. And just something you need to know about. Yeah. But great insight. What was the original again?
Well, I'll sum it all up.
Oh, it's a good way to finish.
Yeah, I'll just say sorry for Samsung users as well, or anyone else.
Yeah. I'm sorry for you too.
Yeah. Do they have? That's only an iMessage thing? Is that right?
Yeah, because if it's got the green bubble, it wouldn't let you do that. It wouldn't let you hold it down.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
they
basically,
probably got a
in
better
short, Apple uses perfect way to end a conversation so that there's not too much back and forth of a closing for a conversation is just the thumbs up, potentially the love heart, but just the thumbs up on the final text. Great way to close.
Love it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you have any opinion on anything we've spoken about in particular,
or examples of anything, because we've talked about a bit today,
get in contact at Jack and Scott on Instagram. Chuck us a DM, slide into the DMs.
Yes.
And just be a part of the conversation.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Thanks, guys.
You've been great.